Good evening, grotty people. Hopefully you can all hear me. Welcome to the painting stream. Evening, Ariden. Thanks for dropping in. Let me just get rid of that. So today I've got a few bits that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing the power weapons on a load of Terminators. So I want to do a little bit of blending there. And also I want to spend a little bit of time and I'm going to take a look at these. So I kickstarted some of the new scale colour paints and they've just literally arrived today, so I thought I'd take a little look at some of them. I can see in the chat AM Pewtees here. Evening Niles, and Zach Force is giving us a wave. Evening Zach. Yeah, so I'm quite excited to have a look at these paints. So I've got 2 boxes of the inks and then 1 box of the paints. So these will come from the Kickstarter, and we got a few different bits. So the paint came, they said this nice looking little bust, which I'm quite looking forward to painting. I don't know how that's going to show on there. There's a nice little resin bust that come with it, which I think was a stretch goal, which I think will be fun to paint. And then a nice little fancy colour wheel, which is a lot nicer than the one that I had that was printed off, and a couple of stickers, so that's alright. But let's get into the important bits. So I picked out a few different things rather than buying everything, and one of the things that I've picked out I'm looking forward to trying are these new inks. Love a bit of bust. Evening, Mark. So anyway, yeah, so one of the things I was excited about trying out was these new inks. Now, supposedly, these are artist inks and they're a lot less glossy than the standard ones, so I thought we'd give them a try and see how they look out. They're beautiful boxes. Probably a scalpel's a little bit overkill to open a box, but whatever. Okay, so we get a lovely box and a little leaflet. Oh, okay, so that's just showing you how they've done some things. That's just what's in the box, okay. And then here's the main event. Some unnecessarily fancy presentation for some inks. Oh, look at them. Beautiful. And they've got like squeezy tops on these as well, which is interesting. That might be useful for using the airbrush. So we've got a blue ink that looks a bit purple. A nice looking green that could be good for dark angels. Red, a yellow, an orange, and what's this last colour? Looks like, yeah, violet. Okay, and then let's have the other one. Always good, Mark. I've been watching that Bonehead podcast that you recommended. I've watched quite a lot of that. I'm getting quite excited about the Necromunda, about the Blood Bowl at the moment. So this is the other one. It's called Game of Inks, whatever that means. Another beautiful box. Lovely kind of matte finish there. These are the new Scale 75 inks that they've just come out of the Kickstarter. They arrived today, so I thought we'd take a quick look at them. If I can get it open. Another fancy box. Another little leaflet. Showing things that I can't achieve. They are beautiful. Okay. So I've got the old inks already, and these are their new ones. I'm interested to see what the difference is. Now, this pistachio green really excited me. The crimson, I used the old crimson to do my Thunderhawk. So I'm interested to see how that's going to differ. Supposedly they're a lot darker. Sorry, a lot darker. A lot more matte, which will be exciting. Then there's a black and a white, an interesting looking turquoise. Oh, this looks beautiful. Okay, I'm too excited to try this one out, so I'm going to be naughty. Mark F, any standout vids you've seen? I've got a few. It'd be nice. I particularly like the series about the team in a box, best team in a box. Although I think they're a little bit out of date. Oh, look at that colour. That's beautiful. They taste better than the old ones as well. Just realised I haven't got any water. That might help. So, Rezi was asking if there's any other differences. Supposedly the finish on these is a lot more matte, which appeals to me. But I won't know till I properly try them out. And to be honest, now is not the time to try them out. I've got some stuff to do and none of it involves any of these inks. But I got too excited when I saw them arrive and had to give them a go. Ariden, like a kid in a candy store. Absolutely like a kid in a candy store. When should we start pooling for Tony's healthcare due to paint licking? I think it's probably too late for that. Oh, look at that colour. Look at that. That's a shade. These are beautiful. Let's see what the difference is between the two reds. So this is the crimson. So this is the crimson. Very nice colour. Zach Force, that's what the NHS is for, right? Yeah, I've used it enough times. And then this is the red. Ooh, that's got a nice tone to it. That's got Blood Angels written all over it, that red has. Right, let's stop getting excited by these for a second and take a look at the last box of stuff that I've got. So the last one that I've got are these. Now these are really exciting me because these are artists, so they're heavy body acrylic fluorescent paints. Now I've got some non-heavy body fluorescent paints, and whilst they do work, they kind of more add to the effect of a colour that's already there. So you put the green over a bit of green and it will look brighter. I want to know how these are going to work. I've no idea what the coverage is going to be, but it could be mad. So I've just no idea how they're going to work, and that's what makes me so excited about them. Wait, scale 75 is usually one of the most matte, and now they're even more matte. Might not be able to withstand the power. Yeah, absolutely. So for inks, the old ones were quite matte, but they weren't as matte as they could be. So these are kind of ultra matte ink, which you don't really see. So that's quite exciting. So same beautiful box. Same beautiful box. Then we've got this beautiful artwork that I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at this cute little fella. I like him. Interesting. So here's the paint. So these are heavy body neon fluorescent paints, and this pink looks mind-blowing. So I've got an orange, a pink, a red, a yellow, green and blue. Look at that blue. Let's try it out. It's a bit naughty what I'm doing there, but we'll cope. So this is the blue. It's certainly blue. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but what immediately springs to mind is Blood Bowl and Necromunda. Look at that pink. I'm just checking them all out now. Just wanted to point out your camera's reversed for us, mirror image. All the words are backwards, may not matter. Honestly, yeah, I know they're backwards, but for some reason, if I don't know why OBS is doing it, but when I flip it vertically so you can see it the same way up as I am, because the camera's in front of me, it seems to flip it horizontally at the moment as well. It didn't used to, but it started doing it. So that's the red. That's... It was pretty bright, but I'm not going to say it's anything exciting there, to be honest. Then we've got yellow. That's a weird colour. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but it's certainly bright. Those colours make me think of Zinch, the Change God. Yeah, absolutely. Start an Escher gang, they all have neon colours as part of the lore. Quite possibly. I finished them all Orcs the other day, and I gave them all neon hair. Because I thought it'd be a good way of differentiating between them. What haven't we looked at? We haven't looked at the orange yet, so let's have a look at that. Wow. So the orange is quite weak, actually, looking at that. It's the weakest of all the colours I've moved around so far. It's a nice colour, but you're not putting it over anything. And then lastly, we've got the green. Whoa. Green's pretty weak as well. It's a lovely colour, but look, I'm able to almost take it completely off the paper just with a paintbrush. So it's very, very weak, but that could work to our favour if we want to blend that in with something. So we'll give these a try later when I can think of something to do it with too. But for now, I better get on and do some painting. Just leave the paint there. Watch me dip something in it in a bit. Oh, more importantly, beer time. So tonight we are on Einstock Icelandic Pale Ale, which should be tasty. It's really bugging me, the fact that it is backwards. I wonder if... I'm going to disappear for a second because I'm going to try something out. There we go, that worked, I think. Just tell me in the chat if it's still backwards, but I think I've solved it. So there's my Einstock. And there is the free gift bottle opener that came with my new paints. Oh, that's a nice beer. Right, let's do some work. So what my plan is for today is to do the power weapon on these Terminators. And then I've got a couple of other random ones there. So let me just try and smooth out this a little bit. And then we'll get to it. So this is Deep Blue by Scale Colour. I think I shook that well enough, but we'll get away with that, I think. And I've got Mediterranean Blue. I'm using the proper shaker this time. Sky blue. I quite like these paints, but with the gel medium, they are an absolute fucker to get mixed. Even with the Vortex mixer, they take a lot of mixing. I do prefer my Chimera ones. There's some sky blue. And then lastly, I've got this Arctic blue, the edges. And a beer. So what's everybody else painting tonight? Anything exciting? Right, and that should keep us going. So I need a big old brush, not quite that big. I thought I'd be clever and get my brushes out beforehand, but now they're all in the way. So I've got my size 2, Series S. I've got a mess where I squirted paint around without really thinking it through. And I'm just base coating these claws with the deep blue to begin with. I always think the kind of blue effect power weapons look really good with the kind of red armour. Admittedly, I did the same for my custodes as well, but maybe I'm just a creature of habit. I've done power weapons blue since, well, I've done Warhammer, to be honest. And every time I try something out, I wish I'd done it blue. I've done the odd green one and purple one and things like that. Oh, loads of messages. Mixing my paint's a full-time job because I own so many. Too many. You can never have too many. I've got well over 200 paints now. And as you can see, by the fact that I just had 3 boxes of them turn up this morning, or today, I am still adding to that number. Because you're never quite sure what the best one is, you know? People will often say, oh, this brand is the best, but unless you've tested all of them, you don't always know. And even between brands, there's some that I like more than others. And for different applications, like I quite like those Vallejo metal colour ones in the big pots, but they're so runny, they're crap if you want to do like dry brushing techniques. But they're great through the airbrush, you know? And I don't think their gold is all that good. I prefer their silvers. You know, the Dark Star paints work well for brush, but not so well for other things. So you end up, like, trying all of them, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. In our hobby episode, I was pulling out some of my favourite ones, but I'm not going to say I use all my paints, but I certainly use a lot of them. I was working on the Reaver, then I had to run into the day job to man the desk. What do you do as a day job, Zach? That you need to man a desk anyway. Or is this your printer farm? Resi, I'll have my Parasite of more treks to paint. Not at the hobby table just now, though. Any tips for making Heresy Colour Dark Angels really pop? Don't go full black. Can work quite nicely. Maybe put a little bit of a tint. So go with like a warm black. That could look quite nice with the red and checks and things like that. Otherwise, it's all about the kind of heraldry. So let the armour fade into the background, but make the heraldry and that look spectacular. Playing Satisfactory. Oh, the game. Is that the one where you... Oh no, I'm thinking of... What am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of Factorum. I'm not sure what Satisfactory is. Miguel, I'm gluing together my new Telemon. It came with a slightly undersized foot bit, but that's all good. Can't wait to paint it gold. I love the Telemon. I love it so much that I bought two. What's not to love? A giant gold dreadnought. Cambo, it's a matter of doing black armour well, but Heresy or Dark Angels also have a good mix of red and white and off-white. Also in lore, plenty of them have some Caliban green elements. Yeah, you can just go nuts, to be honest. I have to admit that one of the reasons I didn't do Heresy era Dark Angels was I couldn't be asked to paint that much black. So like Death Company, I've done with actually more of a blue armour, just very, very dark. Which had a bit of interest, but Dark Angels, I just couldn't face it, to be honest. Right, now this is what Foz suggested, so if this all goes wrong, it's Foz's fault. I'm going to do the trim of this with the same kind of power field effect that I do the weapons with. I think it could look good, but only if I do a really good job of it. And if I half-arse it, it's going to look awful. The coverage on this blue is god-awful. Which is handy when you want to glaze it down, but it's not so great when you try and do the rest of it. Isn't blue the most likely colour from the breakdown of molecules hitting the disruption field? Don't know, mate. Could be. Who knows? There's a lot of hand wavium that goes on with disruption fields. If I think about it as a physicist, probably wouldn't make any colour at all. If it made anything, it'd probably be white, but the interaction would depend on the materials involved. Yeah. Darren Nathan did an excellent tutorial on black armour. It can still be found on YouTube. Yeah, it can. There's a few of them that are really good out there. Marco Frisoni did a fantastic one as well, where he was looking at more warm tones. Engineering is my actual job, but the other couple of people here had to run off something, and 3 printers is not a farm. 3 printers is still triple the amount most people have, though, Zach. I can imagine my wife's response if I turned up with 3 printers. She's not that much like my 1 printer. Although I haven't set it up yet since I moved. Because it needs to go in the garage and I haven't cleared that yet. So this is going to be a pretty rough blend job, to be honest. I don't want to spend all day on this. I just want to get a nice quick blend. I'm not going to do all the kind of like weird alternating patterns or non-metallic effect. I'm just going to do a quick and dirty blue power weapon blend on all these weapons. Right, that's one. The more of these Assault Terminators I do, the less I like them. And that sounds weird, but they've just got too much detail. It makes them quite busy. I like lots of smooth panels so I can have a bit of fun with the paint. And compared to the standard Terminators, these just don't have that. Oh, I'm getting behind on the chat. Mark F, I have an easy, convenient zero edge highlighting black recipe if you want. Comes out of a route cam. David Bain, hey guys, hope you're all good. Hey David, thanks for joining in. Doesn't look amazing, doesn't look shit either though, that's the important thing. Resident Own, Dark Angels and Blood Angels. Black armour is a constant element of my hobby schedule. Yeah, definitely. Cambo, she's shining. Yeah, Mark, that'd be perfect. Mark's recipe then. So splay black undercoat, mid-grey zenithal spray, like light shining from the black from above. Use Mechanica standard grey, and then an all-over black ink watch. Bring it all together. Yeah, that could look quite good. Simple and effective. I like it. Right. brush is a bit small for this. I should have switched to size 5. White, blue photons would be my guess. Probably some kind of terrifying exotics as well. I mean, you don't want to be near one too long. Yeah, absolutely. It's a weird blend of subatomic particles and heat. God knows what that'd do. I suppose Space Marines aren't all that bothered though with radioactive fallout. Kind of looks like a zenithal contrast kind of look in the end. Yeah, I can see that. James Rishi, good evening, Primarch. Terminators at the table, I can see. None with Primaris helmets, of course. Of course not. I'm not a monster. And when we finally get to John's, I'm going to burn that one of his. I'm going to drop it in some paint stripper and watch it melt. Right, I'm just doing this roughly to begin with. We'll put some better blends in a minute. I just want to see what things are going to look like. So let's start getting some of this lighter blue on there. And start getting the balance right. I think about there is probably about where I want it. I've got 3 times the armies that need stuff printing than most people. Fair enough. Put it in a box and stick a terrarium heating pad in the bottom. What will that do, Zach? You wanted these Terminators because of those details, I remember. Yeah, something like that. I can share a picture of the end result of Black Recipe on Discord if anyone wishes. Good evening, Duciu. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Thing is, when you've got all these details, is it's kind of a double-edged sword, because if you've got them all, then it kind of takes a lot of the thought out of how to paint the model, which can speed it up, but you end up wasting a lot of time faffing around with all these bloody chains and crap. Stabilises the temperature. If you don't have a climate controlled garage, prevents a lot of print issues. Oh, I remember that. I'll give it a go. Let's get the 3 lightning claws together so I can see what I'm doing. Right, okay, so how am I going to do this hammer? Yeah, I think so. Keep it simple. I'm just going to treat the blades as just one flat surface. And then the shield, I'm going to do a sort of non-metallic effect on it, but I'm not going to go crazy over that. This one. I finally need to print some base materials. Yeah, that can be quite useful. I keep thinking about getting a load of printed base materials. I want a load of tentacles because I've got a few Zinch models floating around that I think would look cool with like crazy mutated bases. I do. Right. Oh, base. That might help. Shield. That might help. I'm even more lazy. Printing too long, I cut my bases out on the laser. Nice. I keep meaning to buy 2 boxes of these boys. Really need to clear some backlog. Painting my house more than my minis lately. Oh dear. Oh, you mean like detail parts, lol? They're awesome for that. Yeah, they are. They are awesome. I'm just lazy, to be honest. When you got a lot to paint, it's easy to get frustrated with a bit too much detail. Yeah, you need to make some stuff for my larger bases like wells, bricks, barrels, maybe some train rails. Okay, could be quite cool. Okay. Tentacles for cast models could be nice. I need to think about something rooted for my friend's Death Guard. Before I do that, let's get the bigger brush out. I'll be here forever doing that. Big brush time. A bit. Miguel, I'm leaving my teaching job at the end of December. Are you going into another school, Miguel, or are you going to industry? There's a lot of people dropping out of teaching. Yeah, it's not dry yet. Matt's at this end. Nor's that. Right, okay, forget that. I think this might be a hairdryer job. Oh. Yeah, my mic is out because apparently I muted the music instead of my microphone. Well spotted. Well spotted, guys. Yes, I had muted it to mask the sound of the hairdryer and then not turned it back on properly. You can't do... You can, but... Unless you've got the patience of a saint, you can't do this kind of like blending without the hairdryer. You'll be here forever. It's not really blending this is just glazing. And lazy glazing at that as well. I haven't got the patience to do 3 million thin coats. Release the hairdryer cut. I'm with you. I use mine to get a second war dog done in an hour last night. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't glazing just tinting? Yeah, really. It's about you're just using really, really thin paint to try and just leave a tiny amount of the pigment on the model and build up the colour over lots and lots and lots of layers. And what that does is it allows you a lot of control over the blend with the layers below. And it gives you an amazing finish. And if you want the smoothest possible finish, then 1,000 glazes is the way you do it. But I kind of aspire to the kind of Sergio Calvo method of painting. I don't really like glazes, so I try not to do it. So these aren't really glazes, they're too thick for it. Zemitko's got a great channel, he calls them fat glaze. Not Zemitko, who was it? Shit, that's going to bug the crap out of me now. There's another YouTuber who calls them fat glazes. And I always used to like Cujo on his channel. And I kind of aspire to them. So it's a bit fatter than a glaze, but a bit thinner than a layer. Or a true layer, to use the GW term. But some of these rough edges will get covered up when I do the oils on top of it. I eat 1,000 glazed donuts and I become real smooth. Every joke I could tell about glazing a donut is not suitable for polite company. And no doubt, as soon as I told them, some student would find this video and show their mum and dad. How many of these Terminators are you working on, Tony? 6. Yeah. So it's a box set of 5, plus this guy who is the Space Hulk, one of the Space Hulk Terminators. And I thought that'd be quite a nice little unit. 3 lightning claws, 3 hammers. When do you keep polite company? The only thing smooth about me after 1,000 donuts is my ECG. Alright, back to the hairdryer. Let's see if I can forget to turn the microphone back on again. Evening, Tezab. I'm just hair drying some models. Hang on, Zach, if you reckon that you can drink without feeling guilty only in the evening, then that'd make all day the evening. I don't know when it officially starts. I always think about 5 o'clock. I'm sure if you looked it up on Wikipedia, it'll tell you. 6 p.m, isn't it? No idea, Tezza. Always happy hour somewhere in the Empire, right? Absolutely. Is satin clear enamel any good? Also, I'm a little bit jealous of the whole being able to drink thing. Fair enough. Why can't you drink, Perez? Is it a medical thing, or do you live in a dry state or country? I mean, I don't drink much, but what are you painting, Tony? These Terminators? Yeah, mostly. I could do with a drink right now. Waiting on CFD results to come back in. It's tedious. Yeah. So satin clear enamel can be good depending on what you're trying to achieve with it. It gives a very hard coat, very durable, so it's going to be useful for that. But it depends on if you like the finish. So I really don't like satin finishes on things. I much prefer a matte finish, or even an ultra matte finish. Even when I finish these, they'll be getting an ultra matte varnish. Tie all the elements together, and to smooth off any crappy rough blending that I've done, because I'm too lazy to do 9,000 glazes. Oh, shit, shield. Kind of like a hot dog as a sandwich. Yeah, kind of. I could do with a drink. Oh no, I'm in a dry country. Dry county. Ooh. Couldn't live there, mate. Not for me. But I say, I don't drink much, or even often. I've got this beer here, and there's one more in my fridge, but that's the only couple of beers that's been in there for a couple of weeks now. But I like to have the option. Whoa! Did I get away with that? Yes, I was lucky. Didn't land in all that paint that I really shouldn't have just put there when I was too excited to try out those new paints. Yeah, I don't think I'd like to live in a dry county. I don't drink much, but it's nice to have the option. I've always been worried about the fact that if I ever think I have to need a drink, then I should probably not have one. Now, I'm aware that that just sounds really sanctimonious, but that is genuinely how I've always felt about it. I think Foz might have been right, actually, with this blue on the shield. I think it's going to look quite wicked when it's done. How's that painting handle working out for you? Well, these ones, the bottle cap of painting handles. I'm too cheap to buy proper handles for all these models. So those two custodes have got proper painting handle caps on. But I couldn't be arsed with all the Terminators. Okay, I'm beginning to be happy with the way this is looking. I'm drinking tea. Tea's always a good call. Evening, Robert. Just print a handle with a bottle cap thread on. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I hadn't even thought about that. Bottle caps make surprisingly good painting handles. Because you can screw them onto the bottle when you want to do some spraying, and then you don't get primer all over your hands. Right, I'll start moving on to the next colour then. What new paint are you trying out? I'm not, but I was testing out some new scale colour ones. So I just got the new scale colour fluorescent paints and then their new inks. So I was just messing about with them before we started painting. I'll test them out properly later on some test models. Finishing up squad 2 of Death Shrouds, I think he means. Then phase 2, all the Terminator death come. Oh Jesus Christ! There's so many Terminators. Where is the bottle the cat went to use it? I don't know. In the bin. I bought 10 big corks from Green Stuff World. I think just blue tack them onto those. Yeah, nice. I'm going to try using a black grey with a bit of dark blue mixed in to achieve a slight volumetric highlight on my black. Yeah, that can work really nicely. What colour are you doing the clothes turning? Pale blue or green? Blue. Definitely blue. I just feel that blue is classic. So I do have the rest of my painting handle. It's here. And they are very good. This is the Red Grass Games V2. And what it does, it just pushes in there like that. And then that can rotate. Which is very tasty. But I can't really use it when I'm under the camera because it holds it too high. That's why I don't normally work on Valdor on the camera. That's because I want to spend a bit more time. Right, what was I doing? Oh yes, next colour. Let's work out where the next blue is going to go. I like blue power weapons for my Blood Angels personally. Yeah, I do too. I think it looks really good with the red. I found the rotary bit to be a hair too small for many models myself. It is for a lot of bigger models, certainly. And I find myself using the lids from rattle cans for really big models like Dreadnoughts. Quite hard on the brushes, this technique. So I printed a much larger head for one. Yeah, I can see that. Since the attachment point is just a cheap pot meter with a limit tab removed, so it's an extremely common bit of hardware. Oh, potentiometer. Sorry, that's yeah. Took me a second to realise what you were saying there. I'm going to do a pinkish red for my Light Lord's power weapons. That could look cool. Should go nicely with the blue. Thunderhammer time. Pot meter is Dutch. Bet it is. You Dutch are all about metering your pot. Hello, sound has stopped. Oh no, we're back. The Brit would know about Dutch pot, eh? Of course I would. I wasn't always this careful-minded pillar of the upstart community these days. Once upon a time I was young, footloose and fancy-free. And I even went to the Netherlands for a stag party. Getting there. I've lived in Amsterdam for way too many years. I'm well too familiar with the tourists. Yeah, I bet you are. Take these off from me. I'm having to concentrate now because I can't be quite so slapdash. I want to get some nice straight lines, or this will look shit. You can also see why I like such a big belly on my brushes, because it means I don't have to keep going back to the paint all the time. You know, and I haven't used anything smaller than a size 2 yet either. It's all right. I finished 10 Terminators about a month ago. Probably some of my favourite models to do. Heavy Intercessors were also cool to do. I really fancy painting some Heavy Intercessors, but I haven't got any yet. I might get that Imperial Fist Christmas box just to get a load. Chronocyan, start building my Assault Centurions. Not sure if I want to do black with red accents or black with gold. This is my successor chapter's main colours. Centurions are a bit special, so maybe gold. What's your brush of choice, Tony? Catapult, probably one you use to paint a face with. Yeah, pretty much. So at the moment, I'm using Artis Opus Series S. And probably my favourite brushes are the size 2, the size 1, and the size 6. So they're the sort of brushes that I tend to use to do more or less everything at the moment. But I like these long ones with a big round belly because it holds a lot of paint. The Artis Opus have got quite a nice whippy end as well. They're not too stiff. The Series M are a lot stiffer, but that's okay. I'm not using those at the moment. Occasionally, I might bring in a size 0 as well for doing eyes and things. And then the other ones I'm using quite a lot are these, which are Squid Mask Mark 1, but actually they're Da Vinci. And again, you can see very long bristles on them with a quite whippy finish. I'm more tempted than I'd like to admit by the Imperial Fist box too. I like the idea of a load of heavy intercessors. Zach, I finally got to use my size 8 brush. Is that on the Titan? So the prices for the Age Sigma Christmas box are out now. If anyone's interested, 40k ones might be the same. Yeah, I'm interested, Mark. Let us know. No, I wouldn't touch heavy intercessors. Don't like the look of the Gravis stuff, and they're just 2 points heavy for a unit packing bolters. Oh, I didn't say they were good. I said I think they're cool. Although I can't get over the shot traps around the back of the helmets on like the aggressors. I want to get the fist box because I'm going to convert a true scale Terminator conversion. That could be fun. I'm tempted by the Custodes box. Custodes box is quite good. The only thing that puts me off of it is it's got bloody Trajan Valoris in it. And what the hell am I going to do with another Trajan Valoris? With all the Christmas boxes, I wish they hadn't put the special characters in them. Because they make up a big chunk of the value. And if you don't need that special character because you've already got them, which if you collect that army, the chances are you probably do. That's a little bit annoying. So with this, I'm not using glazes at all. I'm literally just using paint straight out of the pot on the wet palette. And then I'm just working it rather than thinning it. As long as you work it in properly, you're not going to risk losing any detail. You just got to make sure that you work it right into the model. You can't just slap it on. Oh, hello, Mark's putting the prices in. Yeah, doing the same, doing the trim around the armour, yeah. 130 GPP, full price off GW. That's not bad at all. £104 off Element Games. Yeah, I think that's decent value. The Thousand Suns one's got my name on it. because I don't have Magnus and I do have some Thousand Suns. The Sisters of Battle box has got my name on it because I do have Sisters of Battle, but I don't own Morgan Vale. And then the Imperial Fist one's got my name on it because I don't have any heavy intercessors, and a shit ton sounds like a laugh. There we go, we're getting there. I don't know whether that's coming across on the camera. Through our affiliate, Shieldtastic, yeah, absolutely. Offloading on eBay, yeah, well that's the thing, isn't it? And I don't know if I can be asked. I'm not sure the saving is enough to warrant that. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being silly. Because you can always use like loads more Custodian Guard. Captain General kitting conversion, yeah, maybe. That would be funny, actually. That was a smooth shield, Mark. Well played. Is that for Element Games? No, definitely not. I'm kind of tempted to make a Sanguinius conversion from a few Age of Sigmar models. I've seen a few people do it and do an amazing job. Unfortunately, you don't have a US link. No, we don't. We can't find anywhere in the US that wants to give us a link. Next, it'll be a moment to talk about the new hit game. I think Allspecs Tactics is an Amazon link. Yeah, ever heard of Blood Bowl? We are getting so awesome about the Blood Bowl. I'm really excited. I love Blood Bowl at the moment. I'm too excited. I was looking on Etsy earlier at like the amazing pictures and that you can get. Jesus Magnus is what, £70 on his own? That's a bargain if it's £130. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if I'll ever even play Magnus, but I've got Thousand Suns and I don't have Magnus. And I need some more rubrics. I like 20 rubrics of Magnus for 130 quid. I think that's a phenomenal value. My team will be ordered in the new year. I have to play catch up for Blood Bowl. Get on it. I'm working on turning this into the non-competitive Blood Bowl podcast from the non-competitive 40k podcast. Who knows, maybe Heavy Intercessor will be worth it after points drop. You never know, they might be good one day. And if I've got loads, then winner. Knocked you up something quick in Fusion and sent you a link on Discord. Okay, I'm quite excited now. I picked up the Ogres for now. Wouldn't want to be too sensible against Snotlings, and I'm sure they'll end up appearing in his to-do list soon enough. Yeah, they're already going to appear in this to-do list. Don't you mean Morgan Val, according to John? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he was mispronouncing it. Anyway, I've got to go finish pronouncing another 1,000 points of Blood Angels. Good night, nerds. Good night, Justice. Do you know which team you're amputee? Lizardmen, because I want an excuse to paint an array of colourful feathers and scales. Lizardmen are ace. So are ogres. They all really are, to be fair. Yeah, they absolutely are. Honestly, I'm not going to correct John on pronouncing a silly name. It's clear GW initially made a more and thought, how can we misspell this to make it copyrightable? Almost certainly. Right, I'll put him down for a moment. How are we doing for time? Got about 20 minutes left. So I'm finally going to switch to my size 1 brush here. I'm going to start doing some edges. And then I'll blend it all back together later. I'm back to concentrating if you're wondering why I'm being quiet. Whew, hold my breath for that. No luck for Canadian Link 2. In all honesty, I haven't looked for one. So if anybody is in Canada or the States or somewhere we don't have a working link, if you know someone that does links, please let us know and I'll try and get that sorted out, because it would be... Every little helps with us at the moment. We're only a little channel, and so whenever somebody uses the Element game and that, it makes a big difference to us. So being able to do the same thing in the States and Canada would be huge for us. Yeah, we're sitting on 911 subs at the moment. We were hoping to hit 1,000 by Christmas. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. But that's not bad, considering we're not streaming. We don't post all the time. We post every couple of weeks, or we used to. We post a little bit more these days. And the channel is just over a year old, so I'm relatively happy with the growth. Hey, that is what she said. Good catch, Tazab. Ooh, slowly getting through that. I'm sure if you got the 1,000 Suns, going Zinch could be persuaded to help, right? Almost certainly. I'd quite like to get the 1,000 Suns going as well. It'd be nice to have a Chaosy army. So, depending on what the launch box is for 10th edition, if it's all Blood Angels, then obviously that's getting done first. But I might, for 10th, start building a Zinch army. Because I've got a fair few models for it that I've picked up over the last couple of years. Oh, fuck that right up. Sloppy. Another time, 10 minutes. Whew. Every time I do one of these bits at the moment, I'm holding my breath. Because I really don't want to redo them. I was going to start a new army. I think I'd like to go for Inari Eldar. Mark's your expert for Inari. I don't think I've ever heard that song before, but I quite like the fact it gave me a round of applause when I finished that bit. Foz was definitely right. Blue's the way to go on those shields. All the little rules interactions. Anyway, I'm off. It's getting late and busy work day tomorrow. Good night, Mark. Cheers for hanging out. One day we'll get you actually on the stream. Tony, you would hate the fact that I paint almost entire models with two slightly different size zero brushes. Yeah, bugger that for a lot. This is the smallest brush that I will typically use, and even then I use it only for the final bits, and it's a size 1. I think I've used my size 0 about twice since I've owned it. It's only for doing basically eyes. It's the only time the size 0 comes out. And even then, the eyes on these Terminators so far I've done with the size 2. I always find that if I use a bigger brush, I get a smoother blend. Now, I know that's just me, but it's how I paint. I'm going to a quarter paint painting class in a couple of weeks, and they're talking about like bring size 0 to 2, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to use a size 0 brush for? For blending. I'll be using my size 5, my size 6. Getting close to Christmas. Is the plan for a 3 Grots New Year drunk stream? John's 2021 stream was legendary. Yeah, absolutely, James. There don't need to be any. They're not recessed really at all. Size 2 is fine. To be honest, Size 2 is pretty good for most things. All that matters really is how good your tip is. And yes is the answer to that, James. We're not set in stone yet. We've got quite a lot going on, but loosely we have plans to do a grotty live stream at Christmas. We'll probably dual stream on here and on the Blood Angels Commander channel. To be honest, because he's got a larger audience than we do. But it's mostly just an excuse for us to have a few beers and a laugh and a joke. I might paint something stupid that I don't care about, so I can do some really bizarre colour scheme. That highlight was way too thick. Ooh. Right, last Terminator. I might need to get a decently nice size 2 brush. I'm also not keeping a perfect tip on my brush. It's because using... Forgive me for sounding like I'm preaching or whatever, but it's... If you use too small a brush, you'll just wreck the tip. Trust me, buy yourself a size 2 and give it a play, and you won't go back. I genuinely use the largest brush that I can fit in the area, and it significantly improved my painting when I started doing that. I was getting a way smoother finish than I did beforehand, and it was taking me way less time to do. So it was quicker and it looked better. So what more do you want? It's one of those things, once you go big, you never go back. Cross-promote that audience. Yeah, absolutely, James. Something with lots of hazard stripes. Probably, yeah. Maybe I'll do a Vindicator. I'm sure Travarian has given that same advice. Maybe. He's a phenomenal painter. I only started watching him recently, and I can't believe I didn't watch him earlier. Because he's a teacher as well, was a teacher. But the difference is that he was a teacher, and he's a damn sight better painter than I'll ever be. I only use a tiny brush for fussy BS like dot reflections on lenses and gems. Exactly, that's the same as me. Whew, nearly there. I don't like that bit there, that needs to be a bit thicker. And a little brighter. It's alright, I'll take that. Hey, Zach's gone big and he's not going back. AMPT, thanks for a good stream, Tony. I'm off to sleep, see you soon. Well, on that note, I'm actually going as well. So, thank you very much for watching. That's where we got to with the Terminators. I'm relatively pleased with how they're turning out. The Custos are a little bit further behind, but we'll catch them up later. But thank you guys for watching and joining me and keeping me company while I try and bosh my way through a load of models. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as I have. If you like the video, please remember to tick the like button. It does help us out. And yeah, subscribe responsibly. Catch you later, guys.